How's it going, YouTube? And welcome to another video. So today I'm going to talk about pivotal moments. We've all had moments in our life, if we look back on and we recount, they sent us on a different direction, and they were quite significant in the context of our lives. Sometimes for good, sometimes not so much, but nonetheless they are pivotal. And I've had many in my life, but I wanted to share one today which highlights how powerful someone's advice or the word can be, even if the person who uttered those words weren't entirely sure about what they were saying or the impact they were going to have, but nonetheless they did. So I'm going to take you back to 1979. I was still at high school, and for those of you who don't know, if you haven't seen any of my content, you'd know that I work in the music industry. I'm transitioning into as a public speaker, but it was something that I was always passionate about as a youngster, and fought tooth and nail for it. I was a prodigious collector of records, and I used to look at all the credits and just gobble them up. And I'd always see there was these mixing engineers and record producers, and I had aspirations that I too wanted to know about the record making process and be a part of it, as opposed to just being a musician. So this is what I had in my mind. I was fixated on it. I was absolutely obsessed with the idea. And one night I remember going to a venue. It was called The Palace, which unfortunately isn't around anymore. But I went to this night. I was underage, and as I'm inside just looking around, I see a figure who was a guy called Carl Van Nest, aka Captain Carl, who was a legendary radio announcer on Eon FM back in the day in Melbourne, for those of you who do remember. So I looked up to him. I thought he was absolutely amazing, and so I thought, well, what I want to do with my life. I was doing my last year of high school. I knew what I wanted to do, but I guess I just wanted someone to back me up, because my dad certainly was dead set against the idea of music as a career choice. He saw it as a great hobby that you could do alongside after you have a good career, where you can make the money to buy stuff. But as I said, I wasn't interested in buying music and being a musician. I wanted to get into into the creative part of it. So I see Captain Carl, and I was very nervous, as you could imagine. I'm 17. This guy's larger than life in my eyes. And somehow the gumption to approach him, and I went up and said, "You're Captain Carl, yeah?" And he immediately looked at me and said, "Well, as a matter of fact, I am. And what's your name, young fella?" I said, "Oh, well, my name's Tony." And he said, "Oh, g'day, Tony, how are you?" I said, "I'm good." Now, one thing I should say, that at the time, the captain was having a good time. And I said to him, "Look, can I ask you a question?" He said, "Anything you want." He was so friendly, so gregarious. Maybe it was the alcohol, I don't know, but I guess it didn't matter. To me, as a youngster, I just remembered the fact that he was so friendly and so open, and more importantly, he gave this young boy validation no one else was really giving at the time. And I said, "Hey, buddy, I just wanted to ask you a question. I wanted to ask you some advice." I said, I want to become a record engineer producer." He said, "Oh yeah, okay." And I said, "I'm not sure whether I should stay here or go to America, because all my favourite engineers that I keep seeing on the records and producers happen to be in New York. So I'm not sure what to do." And just straight off the cuff, without even thinking, he said, "Go to America. Go to America." So I just thought, okay, that's it, mind made up. And so I remember I went home late that night, started selling my records, getting my stuff together so I could jump on a plane to go to New York City, to go and look at the studios and meet engineers and try and see how I was going to, get my foot in the door and make a career in this industry. And I went to America not because I was any disrespect to the local talent. I think American engineers back then were punching above their weight. They still do to this day. But for whatever reason, my perception, I just thought, and also I think the industry looked at that way, and my idea was, look, I'll go to America, hopefully get some experience and come back with that, which hopefully will give me an edge on other people. So, and that's how it went. So that was a significant moment in my life. Now, if I didn't have that perception of Carl, if he hadn't had a couple of drinks in him, who knows what I would have thought. But I went with it, and I'm grateful for it. And there was no genius involved here. It wasn't, me being necessarily brave, just that I took the word of someone who I looked up to and respected. And look, it ended up being all right. So, pivotal moments, we all have them. And also, never underestimate how you might be that person that creates a pivotal moment for someone else, albeit unintentionally. Hope you like the video. If you do, if you like this content, please like, subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate those of you who have been watching and liking and sending nice messages. And I'll continue to put up more videos. Hopefully they'll be of value to some of you who watch this. And as I always say, please be nice to each other, but more importantly, be nice to yourselves. I do love you, crazy lot. And we'll see you in another video.